That's good. That's good. Well, look, we got a great show for you planned today. Excited to have DJ Patrick in the house supporting us. And for those of you who were with me at the Murder Mediocrity Summit yesterday, this show is all about Q&A. This is what I'm calling, in a lot of ways, the Murder Mediocrity Summit after party. We had a phenomenal day yesterday. I mean, man, it blew me away. From the very beginning, all the way to the end of the day, it was a powerful, transformational day. Sold out house. And you know what? Here's a funny thing. We sold out, and then some people didn't come, right? And it's funny because a buddy of mine who's done these type of events, he said, hey, man, you're going to always have some shrinkage, sell more tickets. And I said, no, I don't want anybody to show up and not have a seat. And sure enough, he was right. Few people didn't show up. And if you didn't show up, you missed a phenomenal event. I mean, we had a phenomenal time. So one of the things that I want to do this morning, good morning, by the way, those of you who are joining on Facebook Live, one of the things I want to do this morning is I want to hear from those of you who made it to the Murder Mediocrity Summit. I want to hear your comments. I want to hear your suggestions. I want to hear your questions. Anything that you have for me, because one, it was a long day, but even though it was a long day, we couldn't necessarily get to all the questions. Each of the speakers, we had to cut them off so we could stay on time, because everybody at the summit had so many questions about the things that we were talking about. And we discussed the 4 pillars of life at the summit. The 4 pillars of life, for those of you who, may not be familiar with me sharing about the summit, the first pillar is health and wellness. Health and wellness. It's one of the reasons I love listening to a WVON on the way into the studio, because you have Divine Healing, they're on, and they're talking health and wellness, right? And I always learn something from them. Their hour, 6 a.m. to 7. So as soon as I get in the car, I turn them on, I listen, because they're dropping knowledge on your health and well-being. That is one of the pillars of life. If you want to live a fulfilled, healthy, vibrant life, you have to take care of your health. You must take care of your health. So that's one of the things that we talked about. One of the other things, pillar number 2, that we talked about was love and relationships. So by the way, Dr. Camila Stevenson covered the health and well-being. She covered the health and well-being pillar. And when I tell you, she rocked it. I mean, we basically had to cut her session because there was so much Q&A, so many people asking questions. And in order for us to stay on time, we had to be like, all right, it's all done now. And they still had questions for us. She stuck around for a good portion of the day. I think she was there all the way to like about 3 p.m. And people had an opportunity to take pictures with her, ask questions. Just a wonderful time. Ann Hawkins on Facebook says, yeah, talking about health was a wake-up call for me and my household. Yeah, so Ann, if you have any questions, any comments about the summit, give us a phone call, 773-591-1690. I got a few people who are calling in now. We're going to definitely have a conversation with you in a moment. So the second pillar was covered by Love McPherson. And Love McPherson, she talked about love and relationships. And she gave a beautiful analogy. You had to be in the room to really get the analogy. But I think when people saw it, they were like, whoa. In terms of how what she talked about was how in relationship, there are either 1 or 2 things controlling us. It is our fear or love. And we have to ask ourselves on a continual basis, which one is running the show? So she rocked the house. She did a phenomenal job. And, helped us in terms of relationship. Now, after each of these segments, what I did is I walked the audience through an experience, right? To really bring the segment home. So they weren't just listening to the speakers and then moving to another speaker. No, we wanted to make sure that we had the opportunity to fully digest the information in a way that will transform us. So I stepped in after each speaker, and we had the opportunity to work through some exercises. And I would love to hear from some of you who are at the summit, your declarations and what you took away. And we talked about declarations, the power of declarations, why it's so important that you share. And let me tell you, you sharing on the air would be powerful. So if you're up to it, give me a phone call, 773-591-1690. So then we broke for lunch. We had some Q&A with the VIPs. And when we came back, we did a recap. People shared what they had taken away from the summit. Again, we had more people who wanted to share than they could, which is one of the reasons why I want you all to call in this morning if you're listening, so you can share. And then after the recap, we had Damon Williams. Damon Williams came in, and let me tell you, I don't think there was a dry eye in the house. I don't think there's a dry eye in the house. And man, we thoroughly enjoyed Damon. He did a phenomenal job just making us laugh. Because one of the things about transformational work is that it can take a lot out of you. And when it takes a lot out of you, right? Somebody on Facebook said my stomach was hurting. They were laughing so hard, right? And it takes a lot out of you. So one of the things that you want to do is you want to have an opportunity to breathe and kind of just be in the moment, laugh. And then right after Damon came up, when he sat down, then we had Matt Sapala, who got up and talked about work and money. And I literally had to extend Matt's time because there were so many questions about work, about entrepreneurship, about money, about the psychology of money, about development. And so we kept Matt there for a few minutes longer so he can answer those questions. And then we moved on to myself, where I covered purpose and power and possibility. And I talked significantly about Black identity and offered the details to this upcoming trip in Ghana. So everybody who was at the summit, they got first dibs on the trip to Ghana. Coming up in October 26th through November 4th, to be specific. And man, so far that trip is actually full. If everybody pays that spoke interest, I know we had 3 people pay on the spot. A few other people said they're paying the next 7 days. A few other people, 22 more people said they would pay in the next 7 days. So I know a lot of you listening are interested in the trip, but in order to get first dibs on it, you had to be at the summit. And so after 7 days, if some of them don't pay, I'll open it up next Sunday to those of you who may want to go. But otherwise, we may be going to Ghana without you. But let me go. Yeah. So, Ann, you were at the summit. You say you're going to Ghana. I'm happy to know it. And let me tell you, that's going to be a phenomenal trip. A transformational trip. And I shared my own journey in terms of my identity, and how just this, the trip to Ghana over the past 3 weeks ago transformed me even further. And I'll share a little bit more of that maybe in the second hour. But first, let me get to some of these phone calls. So, Sal, good morning. You're on the air. How you doing?
Oh, I couldn't wait for you to come on this morning.
You know what? I almost didn't come on the air.
Well,
yeah, I was thinking last night. I said, well, maybe I should get some rest. Long day yesterday, up in front of everybody all day, and one of the coaches who are on my team who are at the summit, one of the support coaches said, Linal, you got to do some self-care. You got to do some self-care. And I was like, no, you're right. Maybe I shouldn't. And then I thought about it. I said, well, wait a second. Sunday mornings is a commitment I made. So, and we talked about commitment, right, Sal?
Absolutely.
And I said, if I made the commitment, am I going to let the circumstance or the situation of having thrown the summit, the day prior, keep me off the air today.
Yeah.
And I said, nope, sometimes it's about taking that one extra step in terms of keeping your commitment where everything breaks loose, everything happens. And so I said, you know what? No, I'm going to show up. I'm going to be on the air, partly because I wanted to hear from all of you that were at the summit, man. So, Sel, how was it for you, man? How did you enjoy yourself?
It was an explosion. All through it, I could just pick out each presenter, each comment, even the exchange that we had with our cliques, and to share with the audience, we were requested to get into small circles of 5.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And you called them cliques.
I called them cliques. Yep.
That we were able to examine each other, to encourage each other's examination of our respective spirits, intentions, and commitments. I thought that was excellent.
Awesome.
Linal.
Awesome.
Just great.
Yeah.
However, my greatest moment was when you closed it out.
Mm. And what specifically would I close it out?
When you talked about the spirituality.
Ah, yeah. Yeah.
Nothing else meant anything
without
understanding our spirituality.
Yeah.
And the role that it plays in securing, solidifying, anchoring all of the anchors.
Yeah, everything that we talked about, all the pillars. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep.
However, during lunch, and when you asked for some comments after lunch, I wanted to add, but
we had to cut it off.
Microphone went to the other side.
Yeah.
But believe me, it was the comments that I got from Isaac, who was there at WVON.
Oh, yeah. Isaac was there. Yep. He's one of our technical producers. Yep.
Listen, man, that was a spiritual moment for me. Hearing him talk about how much you have added to his understanding of his responsibility. And I enjoyed that so much. He was just amazing. He's working on a book now that he wants to eventually come out with called, The Vision Across the Street.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Wow. Yeah, he shared something with you. I didn't know. Yeah.
He was telling me how he went to Austin High School, and for 3 months, one year, they didn't have any books.
Wow.
And his daddy took him over into Oak Park, and he just couldn't believe that after looking across Austin Boulevard, he had no idea what type of a life, of an environment it really was beyond its physical presence. But he just gave you all of the praise, which got to me emotionally.
Yeah, and well, let me tell you. I mean, so Isaac, he's a good man. He's a good guy, man. He's a young man, and here's what I've done with Isaac and many others, and not to minimize it, but I just listen, man. I listen. Yeah. So when I was on Saturday nights, Isaac would support me as a technical producer before Gerald came in, and I'll just listen to him. And part of love is giving people feedback. Now I got on him. He'd tell me something like, "Man, what are you doing?" I just gave him love. And I think that's what a lot of our young people want from us is love, right? And by the way, when I got on him, he knew it was from a place of love because I listened to him. So, yeah.
You did good. The other comment about you was from the brother who did get a chance to speak during that moment. We met up during lunch as we, were down the street to getting something to eat.
Okay.
And he shared with me that he was in the same church with you.
Okay.
And the way he laid it out was, again, emotional for me in expressing, as he did when he spoke, how much he appreciated your growth and the way that you were leading not only him, but others.
And who was this? You remember his name?
He's got 4 letters in his name.
Gino.
Yeah.
And so Gino was one of my Sunday school teachers, man. We talking about Easter. DJ Patrick and I were talking about Easter. He was one of my Sunday school teachers.
Yeah, man.
And you know, you never know.
Appreciated him.
Yeah, who you're pouring into, and it's a gift to be able to, you know, pour back into him based on what I've been given, because at one point in my life he poured into me.
One last thought.
Yeah.
The brother who talked about the money, and I can't call him.
Matt Sapala. Yep.
Now, it was a little irritating. I couldn't quite understand him. Linal, I was sitting on the north end, and I don't know if the folk on the in the rest of the, you know, the seating was clear, but, you know, those of us in that area, you know, we commented when we had our clique following that we couldn't really understand what he was saying.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So that was painful because everybody else seemed to have been having spiritual orgasms.
Okay. You know what? That's good feedback. And so I have to look into what happened on that side of the, Yeah, man.
But I appreciate you, brother.
Yep, appreciate you too. Thank you for coming. What did you take away for yourself, Sel? I mean, you said spirituality. Was that what you took away for yourself? That, you know, for you was, you know, made the summit worth coming to?
Well, it was about the defiance, understanding that defiance is going to come, but to understand that defiance is a plus if you
resistance is going to come. Yeah, resistance is going to come. Yeah.
I just went through an effort, spent quite a bit of time going back to last fall, trying to do something on Wabash Avenue from 37th to 63rd, and the response, defiance, that I've gotten from the alderman of that area is just pathetic. I mean, it's just downright criminal. How she has ignored the effort that I have made to try to complement the area that she is supposedly trying to serve, and I put that in quotes. But the bottom line here is that it has only encouraged me to become all the more.
That's right. Hey, whenever you have resistance, that's right. That means you're doing the right thing. It means you're doing the right thing. Well, Sel, thank you so much, one, for coming, and two, for the phone call and sharing your experience at the summit. And it was a wonderful opportunity to finally get to meet you.
Thank you very much, Doctor. Appreciate you.
All right. So we got a few other phone calls. If you were at the summit and you have a question, you have a comment, please give me a phone call, 773-591-1690. I'm calling this the real Murder Mediocrity Summit after party, 7 a.m. in the morning. Because those of us who are living the best life possible, looking to murder mediocrity, many of us are up and about, doing what it is that we have to do, getting ready for church. And so give me a phone call, 773-591-1690. So, Freddie, I see you. I'm going to take your call next. Lisa, I'll take you after that. When I started the summit, I came out and I said, the commitment is progress. The commitment is progress. As a matter of fact, I started with not just the commitment is progress, but today I choose progress. And I had the audience repeat after me. And that became the mantra for the day. Today I choose progress. The commitment is progress. The commitment is progress, not perfection. Today I choose progress. Freddie, you're on the air. How are you this morning?
I'm doing fine, Linal Harris. Great. You did outdid yourself. If I was to give a survey, a top 10.
Wow.
I go to a lot of seminars, and it was well worth it. And I mean, it was just it opened up your spirit. The frequency was high, and that's what we need.
Yes.
Close to that, you know, we used to have Les Brown listen to him, but I think that you right up there with them, and baby of
oh, brother. Well, thank you, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We are spiritual people living a natural life.
Yep.
And it was well balanced in every area of our life: love, finances, purpose. One thing that we don't know as an individual, what is we want to do? What is our purpose on this earth?
Yes.
We each have a purpose, and we have to discover our gifts. And that's what you have to bring out of us. And I enjoyed it. Matt, without money answers all things. It's not that, it's important. Money is just as important as drinking water.
That's right.
If you don't have it, you can't define anything. You can't take anything, you can't take your family. And you have to know how to use it.
Yep. And nowadays you can't get good water, man, because some of this water is no good for you. So,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, you need it.
Yeah, and the young ladies, they're from the church that I used to go to, Bill Winston's church in that Fort Smart.
Okay.
Yeah.
Living Word.
Yeah, Living Word, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But again, I enjoyed you. Keep it up. I'm going to make an effort to make an effort to go to Ghana. That's very important, too.
Hey, I love the correction. So one of the things, if you don't mind, Freddie, real quick, one of the things that we talked about, so at the summit, like Sel was saying, everybody got into what I call a clique. And I know cliques, typically they have a negative connotation, right? But what I like to do is I like to take things that are negative and make them positive. So
Absolutely.
So we put everybody in these cliques where you have a group of people who are holding you accountable and you make declarations to. And so I taught everyone at the summit how to make a declaration. And one of the things that was coming up early on is people were saying, I'll try, maybe, and using words like probably. And so we had a conversation about that. And I heard you catch yourself, Freddie, when you said try.
Yeah, and I know, you know what, and that I've been changing that verbiage because, like you said,
Yep.
words are powerful.
Yeah, they're powerful.
It's powerful. So even though, like, when you say you're going to do something and you don't do it, you have to check yourself. Okay, well, I must do that.
Yes.
So you don't have to beat yourself up to say, but because it's what you're saying and what you're thinking. Because the man said, as the man's thinking, so is he.
That's right.
Whatever goes on in your mind, you attract that situation too.
Yep.
So
Yep.
it's very conscious of what you're thinking about, or what are you doing, and what are you asking for.
Yep.
So again, I'm just gonna reiterate myself. I enjoyed myself. The figures up high, but I'm gonna say this. But don't leave money on the table because you should make a download of that event.
Oh yeah. The event will be on DVD for people to purchase and check out. Those people who couldn't be there who want to see an edited version of the real major takeaways of the Murder Mediocrity Summit. They'll have that opportunity. Absolutely. And for me, it's not necessarily about the dollar as much as it is about transforming lives. I ask for the dollar because I have to be able to sustain my life. But for me, it's about transforming lives, and hopefully that's what happened for you, man. Did you feel transformed leaving there?
Absolutely. Everywhere I go, I always say, what am I going to get out this event? Mm-hmm. What am I going to learn to take myself to the next level? I always ask myself every year, what can I learn to take myself to the next level? What can I do better for myself? In every relationship, I say this. I said, I'm not going to mess with a relationship. I'm going to try to make it better. No, sorry. I'm going to make it better. I say, because I'm not going to mess it up. See, when you do something, you make an impact and say, well, I miss that gentleman, even when I go to work.
Right.
I work so hard, so when I leave there, say, we're glad you're back. That's just in your relationships. It should be so impressive that people want to know why you don't come around. You miss you want to be invited every time somewhere.
That's right.
To be around.
That's right, man. That's right.
So,
all right.
Well, Frank,
thank you so much, man. Thank you for the phone call. And looks like we got a call coming in on line one. I got Lisa here in a second. DJ Patrick. Hey, let's play my celebration music, man. You got it up? You do? Listen, so for those of y'all, as you cue it up, man. So one of the things we did is we celebrated, and the summit was a big game for me, and I had the opportunity to actually deliver on a successful summit. So I'm just going to take a moment and listen to this song and let's celebrate. And it's Easter morning. Turn that up, man.
I
Hey man, where's the breakdown at? Where's the breakdown? The work it out breakdown. That's what I want. Where's the work it out breakdown? I'm gonna tell you where it's at. I think it's at the 2-minute, 22-minute mark, 22-second mark. I don't know if that's it. Anyway, that's a celebration song. That's a celebration song. DJ Patrick, we're going to play a few more songs from the summit. Here we go, here we go. This is my favorite part right here, man. All right, brother. All right, cool. Hey, let me tell you something. We had some fun yesterday. If you think this is one of those boring conferences, Celeste Daniels was there. She said, my favorite celebration song, just love it. Hey, man, if that song don't get you on your feet, make you start clapping, a little celebration, then something's wrong. Boy, I've always liked that song. Anyway, so you play a big game. You win at your big game, you got to celebrate. You got to celebrate. So that's what we did yesterday. So we actually started the summit with a celebration. Full room of people. And we started with a celebration, man. And then we went into transformation. So, all right, I got Lisa on the call. Lisa, good morning. Hey, actually, before I go to Lisa, too, anybody who... if you were at the summit, you got something that you want to share, give me a phone call, 773-591-1690. I see a lot of you on Facebook. Give me a phone call. Tell me what you got from the Murder Mediocrity Summit. Here's Lisa. Lisa, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm great. Yeah, I just thought that the summit was really well done and that the content was on point. And I'm very grateful for it. I took away from Dr. Stevenson taking ownership of my health.
Yes.
And from love that we attract relationships based on the skills that we have. So,
wasn't that something?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And I mean, like subconsciously, we go after people that we know we can manage. I was like, wow, love took it there. She was deep.
Yeah, and it made me think, okay, what skills do I have? And then what skills do I need to acquire to get what I want?
Yeah.
And then how do I do that? So that's the next step. And then, Damon Williams was really funny. And Matt Sapala motivated me to step up my financial education.
Yes.
I'm just kind of running through.
Yeah. And I hear you turning the pages in your notebook. Man, but I love that. I love that. Because you know what? Here's the thing. We only retain about 20% of what we hear. And so the fact that you wrote these things down is phenomenal because now that other 80% that you may have lost, you'll regain every time you look at your notes. So it's almost like going to the summit over and over and over again. Just looking at those notes, bringing that same experience that you had back to you so it can give to you. So I love that. But go ahead, keep going through those notes.
Okay. And actually, I didn't have my notebook in front of me, so I kind of just jotted down some things that I remembered. But I definitely will be going back through the notebook. I'm just kind of nervous calling in. So.
Oh, nothing to be nervous about. You're just talking to me. It's just me and you having a conversation.
Okay. Well, and then with the spirit and purpose part that you did, I have been doing some work for a while around my purpose. And so you made the process of purpose, power, and possibility more clear to me. And so the whole program overall helped me to draw out my vision, which I was kind of struggling with. And so, I just look forward to making progress. I learned that in the clicks that, I can make sure to listen more and not talk as much. And it was just overall a great experience and just really lived up to my expectations. And I'm so glad that I signed up as soon as I heard about it.
Awesome. Well, Lisa, it was a pleasure to have you there. Do you mind sharing your vision? You can say no.
I have what I kind of wrote down. So basically, I want to look and feel my best and commit to my health and financial wellness so that I can share it with others and help others to eliminate stress.
Beautiful. Beautiful. And thank you for sharing. Thank you for courageously sharing that. And
You're welcome.
and you were there at the end when I talked about making sure that we read our commitments daily, right? The power of repetition. Were you there for that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, definitely.
All right. Excellent. Excellent.
Oh, there's just one more thing, Linal.
Yes, ma'am.
I did sign up for the Africa trip, and I would like to put down the deposit for myself as well as my mother this week. If I can do that, I will be so happy to do that.
Absolutely, you can. And make sure you do it this week because there's a lot of we had a lot of interest. So, like I said at the summit, I was looking to take 15 people. Lanice and I talked about it. Lanice is the person who's helping me put the trip together. And she's like, well, maybe we can do 20. Maybe we can do 20. Because the whole idea for me is that it's comfortable and everybody has an opportunity for transformation, right? So, but whatever you do, right now we have 3 people who are confirmed. Their money is in, and we had 22 more people like you who made a very specific interest that said, I am going. So it's first come, first serve. So be sure that you get that money into Lanice, so that way you can secure your spot.
Okay, absolutely.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome.
All right.
Thank you for the phone call. All right. So yeah, man, she covered it. She took good notes. I love that. And that Ghana trip, man, we're going to have a blast in Ghana. And talk about if you got something from the summit. Imagine 8 days in Africa, all of us together, learning about the history of not just Africa, but the western region of Ghana, which really is a lot of our history. And at the same time, diving deep into your own identity, right? Deep into your own identity. But number 4, the transformational experience that you'll have with the coaching and all the things that I'll be providing that was a part of the package that I shared at the summit. So, man, Lisa would love to have you, love to have your mom. And so make sure you follow up with Lanice. Okay, got a few more. Here we go. We got Ron. Good morning, Ron. How are you?
Yes, good morning. I wasn't able to make the summit, but
okay.
I am very enthusiastic about it. And I feel I'm kind of at some of those levels already, and I really need to go to the next level. So I want to know, when are you going to have the next one or an advanced summit?
So the next one will be about next year this time. My team and I will be working on it. I'll have the details out definitely by the end of this month, right? It's April today. Happy April.
But so will you be having an advanced summit for these people that made this particular summit that's ready more so for the next level to help them to get to that particular level?
So I'm looking to make the summit an annual event. Now, last night, though, my wife and her sister were like, you need to do it biannually. And I'm like, all right, let me wrap my mind around the fact that I just had one. More information will be coming out.
Yeah, I kind of think so, too. I'm with your wife.
Okay, you with them, huh? All right.
You need to do something somewhere like around the summertime,
Oh,
like
man.
So
you married what my wife said.
How much did I move from this point to this other point?
Got it. Okay. All right. Well, all right. I'm getting hearts on Facebook on that one, so we'll see.
Or the advanced people can say, well, hey, how I can go ahead and move to the next point because you're giving me information to take it up to the higher level. I'm not at the introductory level anymore.
Okay. Well, hey, you know what? Let me say this. And let me ask you this question. What do you mean by advanced? When you say advanced, the advanced people, what do you mean? I'm gonna be clear.
Well, some people come in and they at the introductory level where they're doing their affirmations, or they need to halfway get back on track with their affirmations, and they need to find out what's their purpose or what's really driving them, what they really want, or maybe clarify that purpose up and kind of. Make it strong in their minds and their life to say, this is what it is, and then how to go for it. Then there's the ones that's going for it, and they, like the guy that was calling about a project that he's doing. I got some projects that I'm doing, and knowing how to get those projects done.
Okay. Okay. So I see what you're saying.
Everybody's trying to get something done. How to get it done.
And so, and you know what? That's actually, so that's a great suggestion because it's different from the Murder Mediocrity Summit. The Murder Mediocrity Summit covers the 4 pillars of life. And what I hear you saying is, Linal, I want you to have a summit or a conference of some sort for those of us who now, so we got that foundation from the summit, and now we want to move forward. We want to take everything to the next level. So create a day where we then take what we declared to the next level. That's what I hear you saying. Am I getting that right? Okay.
Right. Got the foundation.
All right. Well,
and then I want to move to the next level.
Okay.
And be with people that's moving to the next level.
Yeah. Hey, I like that a lot. And on Facebook said, yeah, like moving from your permit to your license. Let's take this in. So Linal, you kind of helped us get a solid foundation. So now let's take that foundation and the vision and the things that we declared, and let's begin to put some structure around it on how to fully move it forward to go to the next level. All right, y'all. Okay.
All right. I want to thank you very much.
Oh no, you're more than welcome. So more information coming on what we decide. I'm going into the latter part of the year, and for sure, we'll definitely have a summit next year this time. I got feedback on making it, the holiday weekend, so we'll try to avoid the holiday weekend, Easter weekend, and put it on a different weekend because a lot of people were out of town that wanted to be there.
Okay.
And we're going to double the size. I declared, so my declaration at the summit was that we're going to double the size. So we had a little under 200 people in the room yesterday. And so I'm going to double the size and find a venue that'll seat 400 this time.
So I'm very thankful that you helping us evolve and we helping you evolve.
Yeah. Hey, you are. Hey, this for me is a huge milestone. This is something I've been wanting to do for 7 years.
But see, this is what it's all about.
This is what it's about. You're right.
Here on planet Earth.
That's right.
As well as definitely our black community.
Yes.
And they got to get it together. It's about one another and all of us going forth.
That's right. That's right. Love it, man. Thank you so much for the phone call.
Right.
And have a phenomenal Easter Sunday.
And the same to you. Be blessed.
All right.
God bless you.
Okay. All right. Thank you for that phone call, Ron. Hey, so there's another song. So one of the things that we did, so Dr. Camila Stevenson got up, and one of the things I was very thoughtful. So for those of you who were at the summit, Shirley, I see you. I'm going to take your phone call in a moment. Actually, what I may do, Shirley, is take it at the 8 o'clock hour so I don't cut you off. I don't want you to be cut off. You can just kind of express yourself. And anybody else, make sure you get queued up here because that last hour, people start calling in. I'm not going to be able to get to you. So if you were at the summit, you want to share, 773-591-1690. Remember, there's always power in sharing. So one of the things that we did, so Joseph Williams, he produced the event, okay? In terms of, technical producer, phenomenal talent. Joseph, man, you should call in this morning, brother, so we can chat and people can, learn more about you and what you do and if they want to use your services. But, so everything that was done was very intentional. And so after Dr. Camila Stevenson got up, we did a self-love experience. All right. And even the music I chose was very intentional. It's one of the reasons I was like, hey, DJ Patrick, man, we're going to play some music this morning because I wanted to kind of get people in a mental space. And music is very powerful. It brings an emotion. And on the self-love experience in particular, I know that a lot of my sisters, they struggle with self-love. And so one of the songs that we playing in the background, you might not even noticed it, was by Tupac, Keep Your Head Up. Hey, go ahead and play a little bit of that for us real quick, man.
Some say the blacker the better, the sweeter the juice. I say the darker the flesh and the deeper the roots. I give a holler to my sisters on welfare. Tupac kids, if
Don't nobody else care.
And I know they like to beat you down a lot. When you come around the block, brothers clown a lot. But please don't cry, dry your eyes, never let up. Forgive, but don't forget, girl, keep your head up. And when he tells you you ain't nothing, don't believe him. And if you can't learn to love you, you should leave him. Cause sister, you don't need him. And I I ain't trying to gash up, I just roll them how I see it. You know what makes me unhappy? That when brothers make babies and leave a young mother to be a match. And since we all came from a woman, got our
Name from my woman.
and I came from a woman. I wonder why we take from our women, why we rape our women, do we hate our women? I think it's time to kill for our women, time to heal our women, be real to our women. And if we don't, we'll have a race of babies that will hate the ladies that make the babies. And since a man can't make one, he has no right to tell a woman when and where to create one. So will the real men get up? I know you're fed up, ladies, but keep your head up. Things are gonna get easy. Keep your head up. Child, things will get brighter. Keep your head up. Child, things are gonna get easy. Keep your head up.
All right. Tupac, keep your head up. He had me feeling like black was the thing to be. Man. Hey, you know what? Hey, music is powerful. And this brother right here, this song right here was powerful. I think sometimes we don't, you don't really absorb it all. But man. But this song right here is really special. So we played this in the background because when it comes to self-love, I know, hey, sisters, you under a huge burden. You know, Ernest Fitton often says that, it's the time of the black woman. And I believe that. I believe part of the salvation of the black man that's been under attack will come through our sisters. So you keep your head up, stay strong. And that self-love experience, really, I was thinking about the women in the room who, in a lot of ways, are, you're perfect. You're the way you're supposed to be. You've had the experience that you should have. And any flaws, those flaws are because you're human. And, we got to get to a point where we can love ourselves for who we are, love ourselves for our experiences, and then take that self-love, that awareness, and create some powerful things. So that's what that experience was all about. And then of course we brought love in, and hey, the song we played, so check this out. The song we played, see if you can get this one, DJ Patrick, Share My Life by Kim. So, and this is a good song to go out on home. And then we'll go to the 8 o'clock hour. I'll take Shirley's phone call. We're here for more people who were at the summit. We'll talk more about the summit. I'll actually cover the second half, because what I've kind of done here is cover the first half of the summit during the first hour. And then cover the second half of the summit during the second hour. But, so Love came on. And she talked about love and relationships. And basically I asked some questions for reflection. And what we did was a self-examination experience. And during the self-examination experience, basically the questions were about what can you do? What can you own to transform your relationships? Because often what happens is we're externally focused and we're looking at other people. And we're saying, well, I wish this person would do better. I wish that person would change this or change that. And this is the person we're in a relationship with, right? So we're looking at them saying, well, why don't they change that? Why don't they do this better? I wish they would just. And what I was stressing at the summit is, it's time out for that. If you want transformation in your relationship, it starts with you. So what am I doing better? My wife often will ask me, well, what can I do better? And it's hard for me to think about it because whenever I'm upset with her, the first thing I do is I try to think, well, where am I responsible? What can I do better? And so often I throw the focus back on me. And so I'm not obsessing about what she's doing wrong or what she can do better. I'm obsessing about how I can be better for her in the ways that I know how to be. So anyway, Share My Life with Kim. We played that, man. Kim, he's one of those guys, man, that I tell you, you can just play a whole album and sit back and listen in almost any situation. So anyway, he brought the spirit of love, the spirit of relationship into the room. We use that song to bring that into the room. And man, we had a phenomenal time going through a self-examination. because that's basically what we did. We examined ourselves. We looked at ourselves and, to say, wait, what can I be doing better? How can I take my relationship through my actions to the next level? So I'll share the 4 ways to transform your life. Actually, no, you have to be there. I'm not going to cover that. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to turn Kim up, and then we're going to go ahead and take a break, top of the hour. And when we come back, we're going to hear from Shirley. We're going to hear from other members of other people who were at the Murder Mediocrity Summit, the first Murder Mediocrity Summit. And we'll talk about the second half of the day and what we learned from Damon, what we learned from Matt Sapala, and also what we talked about in terms of purpose and spirituality and what I covered. And if I have time, I'll talk about a few of the nuggets I gave the audience around black identity and how we as African Americans really need to step into understanding who we are and how powerful we really are. All right. We'll let Kim take us out. Guys, you've been listening to Linal Harris. This is Inspirational Perspective. Stick around. The second half of the summit was a powerful half. You do not want to miss this, and you do not want to miss the comments from the summit attendees.
Championship game set.
All right. So, man, we had a good day yesterday, and thank you guys for joining in. So, Thomas Cotton, yes sir, it was a great summit, man. Yes, it was. You all made it great because you were there. Thank you so much for coming. I know you. So you, if I'm not mistaken, you took Erica Johnson's spot. Because she had something to do. So you got to tell her she missed a phenomenal time. We had a phenomenal time. I know she had something to do, but so thank you, Erica, for sending Thomas, because I think, Thomas, you got something from it. So any of you all on the line here, man, y'all call in. Give me a phone call. Tell me what you got. Ann, Thomas, Daryl, I see you out there, man. Y'all give me a phone call. Joseph, I know you out there, man. Give me a phone call. Let's chat. Matter of fact, Joseph, you need some acknowledgement, brother. So you go ahead and call in, man. 773-591-1690. Phenomenal day. So when we come back from break, I'm gonna take Shirley's phone call. We're gonna have a good conversation with her, and then anybody else who was at the summit. What you all got? Any questions, by the way, too, that you have that are remaining from the summit? I want you to call in and share those questions. Mr. Ernest B. Fenton, what's going on, brother? What's going on, man? How you doing? We had a phenomenal day yesterday. Phenomenal day. And they're asking me to do something else. And they're talking about taking it to the next level with goals. I know we had a conversation about goals a few weeks ago, man. I might have to chat with you and bring you to whatever else I do, man, so we can talk about how people take it to the next level. So, anyway, good to see you on the feed, brother. Leonard, thank you, brother. What you get, man? Give me a phone call. 773-591-1690. Awesome summit. Happy you were there. You in Barbados. Take some pictures. I ain't seen no pictures, man. Well, I was on the summit all day, too. But take some pictures, brother. I want to see. I haven't been to Barbados yet. Let me know if the wife and I should go. That's where Deborah Farmer's from, by the way. Hey, Joseph, what's going on, brother? Give me a phone call, man. Yeah. So, so anyway, man, we had a good time. We had a real good time. So excuse me. And somebody else commented, so I don't have to look at Ernest saying in Barbados. Hey, man, it's 26 degrees here right now. Oh, man. Oh, you're welcome, Felicia. You couldn't be there due to the vacation. I remember you telling me that. Yep, we had a phenomenal time. So you have to make sure you plan on the next one. Plan on the next one. You had a good time.
April 1st is WVON's 55th.
So let's see. I'm looking through some of what I shared at the summit. Some of the nuggets, I'm just not. You gotta show up. I'm not sharing them. I gotta keep something. So y'all grab the DVD. Let's see here.
WVON's 50th anniversary celebration.
Talked about self-love. I'm gonna swing past that. Where are we at now? Talked about the Powell Declaration. Self-examination. So I'm gonna talk a little bit about what Damon shared, and I'm gonna share a little bit about that. But first, we're gonna hear from Shirley. Then I got Ann. Then we're gonna talk about what Massapala shared. Man, Massapala ripped it up. He ripped it up. When I tell you, he had a line of people trying to ask questions. We're like, we don't have no time. He ripped it up. So kudos to Massapala for bringing his expertise and wisdom to the building yesterday. Man, it was a good time. It was a real good time. All right, so then we got a few more minutes, and then we'll be back on the air. Then I'll share with you all what we talked about after Massapala. This is one of those nuggets that I'll share this with the audience. But self-worth. Self-worth, man. We talked about self-worth. And for the entrepreneurs and people who are working for the people in the room, I think that was a huge one. If we were at the summit, can you still purchase a DVD and how much? Oh, man. Everybody who came to the summit gets first dibs, brother. Y'all know how I operate. You support me, I support you, right? So when the DVD comes out, everybody who's at the summit, they get a discount. Any of my Slave Goals members get a discount. Like, I mean, I'll make sure you all get first dibs on it. Then I'll share it with everybody else so they can learn about what we did. Because you all made the summit happen. You showed up. Without you, it wouldn't have happened. So I appreciate you, and I want to make sure that I show you that appreciation every way I can. So I really appreciate it. You made a dream of mine come true in a lot of ways. So I appreciate that. All right.
Listen for special segments with your favorite
Dr. King's voice on the commercial caught my ear. So, okay, Dr. King. Man. That's a powerful brother. Virtual mentor of mine. Thank God Almighty. Free at last. Self-worth. Yeah, man. So, Daryl, what you get from it, man? Give me a phone call. I know y'all like, stop it, Liddell, stop it. Give me a phone call, man. Let me tell you something. When you share your voice to crystallize an experience, it takes it that much deeper. Kermit Cooper said, I've known you almost all my life. Do I get a discount? You know what? I'll give you a discount, brother. You're right. Yeah, all my life. Yeah, you've known me almost all my life. You're right about that. You and your family are special to me and my family. So, yeah, absolutely, man. You know, just hit me up. Always, you know how it is. You always got to make sure you got something for the friends and family. You know, so that way they feel loved. When they want to support you, you can support them back. Now, everybody don't get friends or family. You know, everybody don't get that.
Celebrating WVON's 55th birthday.
All right, there you can't call in. All right, that's all right. But I appreciate you being on the feed. I appreciate you being on the feed and checking it out. Definitely.
You sound really good for 55.
Hey, Daryl, by the way, man, I love how you, and I noticed this. You know, I'm going to talk about this to come back. I noticed that the entrepreneurs in the room were repping their brands. They had their brands on. That's phenomenal. That's how you do it. You know, that's what you do. And you want to make sure that you push what it is that you do and you get more customers. That's how you make it happen, man.
I'm excited
That's
to share
beautiful.
that the show is moving to a new time.
That is beautiful.
In 2018, join me at 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. every Sunday to get your week started with intention.
All right, I think we're back.
On the Talk of Chicago.
Then we're coming back here in a moment.
WVON.
On April 1st, WVON is celebrating double nickels. It's our 55th anniversary. So join us Wednesday, April 4th at the Harold Washington Cultural Center, 47th and King Drive, as we kick off the Black Heritage Film Series.
All right, here we go.
Celebration of WVON's legacy. Keep listening for details.
Oh, Sister Gordon is on the feed. What's going on? I didn't know you was on Facebook still.
The B-Sides with Wayne Fields.
Good to have you here.
This is Insane Wayne.
Hi, Wayne.
Hi, this is
Yep. All right, we're going to get started. The break is over. Let's get started here.
Yo, it's your boy, Insane Wayne, Dusty's, Monday through Friday at midnight. On Chicago's true urban legend, the Talk of Chicago, 1690 AM, WVON. Today, we celebrate the 55th birthday of WVON.
Oh, we got a lot of commercials today. Maybe it's because it's Easter.
Happy birthday to us.
Thank you. You know you can purchase one. Go to murdermediocrity.com. In the corner, there's the marketplace. You can grab one. For the women, we got the V-necks, the female cut. You can rock it. If you look at the photos I post, there are a lot of Murder Mediocrity shirts in the building. It was beautiful, man. Should have got everybody with a T-shirt in one spot. But it was too many things happening. All right, here we go.
The views expressed on our programs are not necessarily those of WVON, Midway Broadcasting Corporation, or our participating sponsors.
Live from the Xfinity Studios at WVON. You're listening to Inspirational Perspective with Linal Harris on 1690, The Talk of Chicago.
All right, we're back. You're listening to Inspirational Perspective. I'm your host, Linal Harris, your very own life coach, right here on WVON 1690 AM, the Talk of Chicago. All right, we've been talking about the Murder Mediocrity Summit that took place yesterday. I was your host. We brought in some phenomenal speakers. And we're talking about the second half of the summit now. Dr. Camila Stevenson, and Love McPherson, they shared their expertise with us during the first half. And then afterwards, Damon Williams came in. Let me tell you why I brought Damon in. One, Damon has a phenomenal story. You guys heard him last week. If you didn't get a chance to hear the interview, make sure you go to YouTube and check it out. Or it's also on the Inspirational Perspective Facebook page or my Facebook feed on Facebook Live. But we brought him in the building, man. That show was phenomenal. What he did, he had everybody in there, just laughing. And actually, one of the people that he picked on quite a bit was Shirley. So Shirley, good morning. Damon really picked on you yesterday. Shirley, you there? I can hear you now. Yes, ma'am. Yes. He had us all laughing. Yes, it did. Okay.
It felt like one big happy family there. Your wife, she was awesome. I had the best educational, fun time in my entire being.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. Yeah.
And I just want to say those 4 pillars of life that we talked about yesterday, health and well-being, love and relationships, work and money, purpose and spirituality. I came home, didn't get to go to the after set because I had my nephew with me, and I want to say that was so, he couldn't stop, he's young, he's like 22, he could not stop talking about that.
Really? So he got a lot from it?
He said he couldn't wait to go tell his grandmother.
Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome.
Yes.
That's awesome.
I was saying something to him,
And, he's very respectful. He didn't want to tell me to be quiet because he was trying to listen.
Uh-huh.
He gave me like a look. And I was so happy to know that he was so engaged.
Oh, that's awesome. That is amazing. I love that. 22 years old. He sat on the front row with you.
Yes, I did. Yes,
yeah.
I did.
And fully engaged the whole time. I saw him fully engaged.
Fully engaged. And
yes.
The click, he enjoyed the click. I enjoyed the click. Made new friends. We got to really explore some of our whys and the assignments that you gave each one of us.
Nice.
So, I just want to thank you for what you're doing. I thank you for even starting the little group coaching thing that you started, because a lot of us can't afford to have a full-blown coaching session right now.
Right.
But it's coming for me. It's coming.
Okay.
Because I love the coaching calls. I love everything. And I paid up. I put my down payment down for the Ghana trip.
Oh, awesome. Awesome. So you'll be going.
I'm definitely going.
All right.
Yesterday when I had to declare.
Yes, ma'am.
Wealth and Wellbeing thing, and I've been online on YouTube. I mean, this thing is very transformative. It will transform your life, what you're doing for your people.
I believe that's why I'm doing it.
I've been on YouTube since about 2 o'clock this morning looking at different herbs because I'm thinking about the health and wellness, the things that she shared with us yesterday about the disease in your body. It's because of inflammation, and it's the first sign of, other big things are coming as far as your health.
Right.
So we need to take our health. What I took away from that is we need to take our health extremely serious and put it in our own hands and not the doctor's hands.
That's right. And we have to pay attention. We can't assume that the food that they're selling us is good for us. And as Dr. Camila Stevenson said, it's not really food. It's not really food. Let me tell you, and last night, so I got
She was referring to that fast food. She was referring to all the fast food that people
fast
eat.
foods, right? And she told us about MSGs.
Yes.
And get this, last night, so one of my vices has been that okie dokie hot cheese popcorn. You know what I'm talking about? And I know you like popcorn because you were having your popcorn at the summit.
That's over now. That's over now.
Yeah, you said, it's over now? Okay, so you're starting back up. You're starting your declaration. That's good. But so last night I turned the bag over and I saw that it has MSGs. The hot popcorn has MSGs in it. And I said, oh no, not, and you know what? That's the last bag that we will ever buy. And by the way, they've gotten smart because before they used to just put MSG, and they know that people are on to MSG. And so yesterday, what Dr. Camila Stevenson said is it's the monosodium glutamate that is basically a poison and causes Alzheimer's.
Yeah.
Right. And so I was like, okay, monosodium glutamate. I need to be looking for that because they may not call it MSGs. I turned that bag over and guess what it said? Right at the end of the ingredients, it said monosodium glutamate. I said, oh man, look like I'm not having no more okie dokie hot popcorn anymore. Not until they take that out. I know, yeah. So on Facebook, they're like, no, I love that okie dokie hot popcorn. Yes, it has monosodium glutamate in it. And now get this, if I take something away from you, I'll give you something back. Aldi's has a brand that does not. It's got like a sriracha sauce in it, so it's a spicy hot popcorn. It tastes good, and it does not have monosodium glutamate. So I'll be switching to that. So those of you who love the hot popcorn, maybe you can hit all these up. And yeah, I mean they're like, wow, on Facebook, yes, it had MSGs in it, and I love that she told us monosodium glutamate because they're not putting the acronym in it anymore. They're spelling out the whole word, hoping we don't realize that it's the same thing as MSG.
Mm-hmm. And she actually spelled it out for us.
She sure did. So what else did you take away from the summit? Or did you share everything?
Okay. I took away love and relationships. Okay. That was powerful as well for me because I'm not in a relationship right now, but I would love to be in a healthy relationship.
Okay.
So what I learned from her, it has to do with your past.
Yes.
It has to do with your past. And it has to do, when you cross over with that person, you bring your past with you. Mm-hmm. So those are things that perhaps I need to evaluate, reflect on, and work on and become intentional in some of that in my life.
Okay.
So that God can bless me and I can take some action to having the right man for me. And I also took away that something you said about that. You need to have the right mate.
That's right.
To help you become who you want to be, and you can help him become who he want to be, because it's a reflection of who you are.
That's right.
I may not word it quite the way you said it, but
you said it. You said it. Yeah, you got it. Mm-hmm. You got it. All right.
And then I got one. Let me.
Okay. Go ahead.
Working money.
Okay.
Oh, man, it was awesome. It was awesome. As a matter of fact, I have a meeting. I'm going to be meeting your mother next week.
Oh.
Out there. Oh, I'm taking action. I'm taking action.
I love it.
So I'll be working on that, getting that in order, and everything. And purpose and spirituality. It's just all awesome. You were awesome. I just thank God for you. I thank God for allowing me to cross your path and become a part of this great thing that you're doing, this great thing that you're building. And I'm going to be there. I'm going absolutely nowhere. You can't get rid of me.
All right. And you're a Slayer Goals member, Shirley. And it seems like this membership has been working for you.
It's working for me. I think everybody should become a member of Slay Your Goals. It can't hurt you. It can definitely only help you. And that's a well spent. The price is so affordable. Don't get a pair of shoes this month, sisters. Brothers, don't get that where you got to get your car washed, but wash it yourself. Come on, join this. This is where you need to be.
Awesome.
It's where you need to be. It's just where you need to be.
Well, I appreciate the plug, and the whole idea of the Slay Your Goals membership is to transform lives, help people take their goals and actually achieve their goals. That's why we call it Slay Your Goals. And if you're interested, you can go to slayyourgoals.com, download the book. It'll take you to the membership site, and you can purchase the membership. So, our Shirley, thank you so much for the phone call.
And also, people kept asking, why did you have an egg with you yesterday when David Williams?
Right. You sure did.
Probably had an egg. And I pulled it out.
Yes, you did. But that was your snack, right? A boiled egg?
That was a boiled egg. And he said, I bet you got a boiled egg with it.
You did. Oh, man, that was funny. The interaction between you and Damien was hilarious. So thank you for being such a good sport, because you being a good sport gave all of us a really good laugh.
Okay, and I look forward. I also look forward to the next summer.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it as well. All right, thank you so much, Shirley. Thank you for the phone
You're
call.
welcome.
All right. Okay, that was Shirley. So, Joseph, I see you, man. We're going to talk in a second. I got Ann. Ann is on the line. Good morning, Ann. How are you?
Good morning. Good morning. Happy Resurrection Day.
Yes.
Yeah, so about the summit, man, it was definitely amazing. I'm glad I sacrificed an entire day to come out with my female friends. But I loved it. I loved the energy. I just love the atmosphere. I just love to be in the presence of like-minded people.
Yes.
One thing in particular that was truly, honestly, uncomfortable for me was getting into the cliques. But the more and more I got into the clique, it helped me to make those declarations.
Nice.
It helped me to self-evaluate myself. And it just pushed me out of my comfort zone and just moved some fear out the way. So that definitely was a bonus for me. Hands down, Dr. Camilla Stevenson. The knowledge.
You enjoyed
I'm
that,
a small woman, but that right there, my eating habit is terrible for the most part. Me and my son has sugar. We love sugar and pasta, and that's our weakness. And just to learn those things, and actually I've been following her for some time now. So just bringing that to my household to change the perspective of what we eat. Like I told my son, he's 9, we're going cold turkey. We're going to do this thing because I truly do believe in good health and living a long life. And I love the fact how she stated how, you can revert disease,
Yes, you can.
I'm healthy, thank God. And it may not be, like she said, things don't expose right away. But I love the analysis she gave for, your skin. Look at your skin. Some things that come out, and then you have to reevaluate what you eat.
That's right.
So I love the wisdom that she gave. And Mother Love, as I call her, because I personally see her. I love Mother Love. Hands down to her as well, too. What I took from Mother Love is just getting healthy and whole for yourself. And, our past do sometimes dictate our future, especially if we don't go back and pull out, those things, their upbringing, whether it was from the positive or negative. But we have to reevaluate where we came from in order to move forward to build a healthy relationship. I, too, such as Shirley said, I'm not in a relationship, and I think that's good because you get to give undivided devotion time with yourself and God to see what it is that I can do, what can I self-improve about me.
Yep, and tap into your purpose. Tap into the clarity of your purpose, so that way when he shows up, you know if it's him or not.
Absolutely.
That's
and
right.
You have a clear conscience, and your mind is at peace, and it's not scrambled with all this garbage from your past.
That's right.
Yes. So I'm just going to go down the row and give a little nuggets on everybody if I may.
Yeah, go ahead.
Damon Williams, oh my God, that man right there, my stomach still hurt. Like, I felt like I was doing stomach crunches. He was so hilarious. And I've always heard this because I'm a little bit of a silly person too. Just laughter is good for the soul.
It is. It is. We can't be too serious. And, it's funny because somebody pulled me to the side and they were like, the summit is excellent. Damon, he was, it was a few things that were a little inappropriate. And this is what I said. I said, well, did he say anything that you never think that is not a part of your life, or is that adults can't be in conversation about? And they looked at me and they said, well, no. I said, then what's the problem? Because I think one of the things.
He did a balance of things.
He did a balance thing.
Inappropriate, it was some balance.
And you know what? I don't even see it as inappropriate, because here's the thing. And this is what I love about comedy. By the way, for those of you who are listening, one of the reasons I had a comedian is because my wife and I, how we a lot of times how we kind of have our little downtime and we kind of regenerate ourselves is with comedy, because we both are moving around. I'm supporting people. She's supporting people in the work that she does. We're interacting with people. So when we're ready to kind of just simmer down a little bit, we'll be like, all right, who's a good comedian that we can watch? And Damon's one of them. And so comedy is a huge part of my life. And by the way, yeah, some comedy is extremely inappropriate. But what I love about Damon is his ability to walk the line, but tell a joke in a way where you're like, ooh, but it's truth. And that's one of the things that he talked about a lot is he's like, now, did I just lie? And nobody can say anything. He's like, no, it's true. And I love that. And he had us laughing. And that laughter is so necessary.
Man, he had me stuck on joke number 2 and he was on 3, 4, 5. I was like, hold up, man, my stomach is hurting. Like, he was amazing. My friend just kept on saying, my cheekbones. So that right there, that was definitely right on point. That was on point, especially after you did the self-evaluation of self, and Love had us kind of face ourselves, because some people don't want to face ourselves,
Yeah, that's true.
So that right there slides into that laughter. That was good. That was definitely good and great timing. Matt, I totally get what the prior caller was saying about he didn't understand. I was one of the people that was sitting on that side of the room. But here it is, the reason being that I've taken away from it is Matt has that distinguished voice. And maybe the mic was probably too close to him. But I still made out the things that he said. One thing in particular that stood out for me from being a business owner, self-employed for the last 15 years, is he broke down that box. I don't know if you remember.
I remember the box,
about being an employee, going to self-employed, then to business owners, then to investors. So
that's right.
That fear that I have sometimes is, I treat this business so much as my baby, and I should allow these systems to work for themselves.
That's right.
So that was just confirmation, just putting that on top of where I need to be. Jumping into that investment part of your business. So that right there was a highlight for me. You were amazing. You gave a whole lot of confirmation on purpose and spirituality, which that is my strong pillar. You know what I mean? So you gave more confirmation on that. I love the fact that you brought in, as African American people, how we feel like we're not good enough. And if I may go transparent, I sometimes feel that as well. We hear statistically why you need to go to school, you need to have this degree, X, Y, and Z. Although I don't have that and I have some education and I'm a business owner, you just gave me more self-evaluation of myself to know, to put the stamp of approval, I am good enough. And then
yes, you are.
The roots. And taking that trip to Uganda, I'm looking forward to it.
Are you going to be on the trip? You going to be on the trip?
Absolutely. And Jesus' name, I'm going to be there. I'm going to give you my money.
Okay.
Maybe a little slower than other people, but I'm going to be on that trip.
All right.
So I'm looking forward to it. Just all together, it's always said that if you look at your circle and you're the smartest person in there, which I'm not, there's a problem. So I just want to open my circle, more exposure, more networking, just building more wisdom and helping me do this legacy thing in the correct way. So I thank you.
Oh, you're more than welcome.
For the summit. Although it took 7 years, thank you for the completion. The next level that you have for this summit is going to be even more amazing than the first one. So I do appreciate you, Linal.
All right. Thank you, Ann, for the phone call. Thank you for the comments, and thank you for calling in. Very, very powerful. Very powerful. All right, let's talk to the producer, the man whose magic helped make this happen. Mr. Joseph Williams, how are you this morning, brother?
Man, I'm doing great. You got some amazing energy, brother.
Hey, man, we generate. We generate our energy.
Yeah, we do.
We generate.
And I know this, brother. You know what? I turned on the radio this morning and I said, is he going to be on? And when I heard you say good morning and happy holiday, I said, check this, brother out.
You and I talked. I think you asked me last night. You're like, man, you going to be on? I said, I'm not sure. Because, it was right after. It was right after the summit. I've been standing all day. But then I realized last night, I was like, you're not going to be able to sleep. Yeah, I mean, after all this stuff that's happened, and sure enough, man, I woke up about 4:15 this morning. Just everything that happened and running through my mind.
Brother,
yeah.
The same thing happened to me. I don't know if you got that text at 2 in the morning.
Yep.
Yeah, man, I'm thinking about the next one already. Hey, I don't want to jump too quick to this, but I think I understand what happened with Matt. So we'll talk about Matt DePaula, man. I already think I know what's going on there.
Okay. Yeah, I figured you would. And but what I want to do, Joseph, is acknowledge you. So Joseph was the producer behind the scenes. So all the music that you heard, the videos, the DVD is being produced by his team. So you and Tony Kress. And man, you did a phenomenal job. Joseph and I. So I mean, this was something. I mean, Joseph, we started working on this months ago. I mean, what, about a month ago, 2 months ago?
About a month ago, bro.
Yeah.
And here's what, I'm going to, in traditional fashion for me, I'm going to say, look, man, you are a phenomenal customer to work for.
Oh,
I mean,
thank
you came to the table already with a vision. And, I just played off your vision, man. I mean, so I'm going to take a little credit away for this because you're
hey, but you know what? You have to be able to work with somebody who can execute. And I knew you could execute because you know who I am. You know my work on a personal basis.
Yep.
You're a listener. You're someone that supports the show. Mm-hmm. And so for me, it's like, well, this, who I. Why would I go anywhere else? And
you know what? And just in full disclosure, I'm also, a client of yours. So,
yes, yep, okay, yep.
Yeah, and you're 100% with. And people need to know that you have supported me through all kinds of things. So, bruh, they need to know that if they support you, you definitely are there to support them. So,
yeah, absolutely.
That's been my experience.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not going anywhere else. I support those that support me 100%. So yeah, you're
exactly
right. You're right. Yeah. So I mean, what did you get from the? People were saying, "Hey man, so Damon Williams got on you too."
Yeah. He wrote my. You know what? You got. I think I'm about to. First of all, what I got, I probably need to change my DJ name.
Ain't nothing wrong with DJ Joe.
DJ Joe. And it's the way he moved his body, man. That's some genius right there, bro.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, well, what I love about Damon's style of comedy is not just what he says, but it's who he's being as he says it that really brings what he's talking about to the forefront, man. And so, I mean, he was absolutely, hilarious to me. Oh, he was
hilarious. And hey, this another plug for him. We need to try to support what he's doing.
That's right.
Man.
That's right. And he's going to be at Riddles now Fridays and Saturdays. He was on the show. He shared that with us. But, hey, date night, hey, get out there.
Yeah.
I know, the wife and I on a Friday night, we're going to get out there on a date night, go support Damon, and and have a good laugh. Have a good laugh. Good, clean fun.
Good, clean fun.
That's right.
Good, clean fun. So, yeah, he hit me a little bit, and that he should.
Yeah.
He was having, could I move here with the mic or not here with the mic?
Right. And I think that was more the venue's situation with that wireless mic.
It was a distance thing, but
yeah.
I loved it, man. Matter of fact, I'm with everyone else, man. It felt like I was doing crunches.
Yeah. He had us laughing. He definitely had us laughing in there, man.
Hey,
so
one of the biggest things I got of it, all the speakers were absolutely dynamic, on point, and I don't know what else I can say that everybody else hasn't already said. I think it's a powerful moment at the end when you talked about your trip to Ghana. I mean, I literally had to choke down tears, man, and it made me like get into my power, man. You really want to all of us, that people of color that was in that room, that we are the best of the best.
Yeah.
And man, we got to recognize that, dude. We are the best of the best.
Yep, the strongest of the strong, most powerful of the powerful. That's right.
Yeah, right. Hey, man, and even Tony, Tony's not of color.
Right.
And Tony came up to me, man. He was like, dude, that was amazing. I had no idea, brother. So that, I mean, for me, besides you having the trust and the faith, and again, the full disclosure, as you helped me discover my purpose, in discovering my purpose, you and I, well, at least I declared that when you were at the United Center, I was going to be there with you.
You did.
And I'm going to be there with you, bro.
And what's your purpose for those of you, people who are listening? Because, so Joseph and I, we've worked together, for a while. One of the things that we worked on early on was his purpose. And what's your purpose, Joseph?
My purpose is to provide fun and play for myself and others by creating events that provide long-lasting, oxytocin, enjoyable memories, man. And so this was an example of that, right?
Yep. And it's right into my purpose. And it's a memorable thing. And so for me, knowing his purpose, let me tell you how this works, right? I know my purpose on the planet. I know that Joseph is clear on his purpose. He's operating in his purpose. So for me saying, I want to do something that's aligned with my purpose, I brought in someone else who I knew would align with their purpose. And it's the synergy of those things that created the experience that a lot of people had.
Yes, exactly right.
Yep. So, man, I love it. I appreciate you, brother, for all that you did. I mean, you went over and beyond, and man, I couldn't thank you more for helping me bring my vision to life, because that's what you did. I kind of brought the balloon, and then you blew it up and said, "There you go." So,
brother, I appreciate that. And I appreciate the trust, man. I really do.
Oh, you're welcome. You're more than welcome. So,
and we'll definitely have a recap.
Yes, we will. After action review, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. And then it sounds like people are saying we should do something before next year. So
you know what? I start shaking. I'm like, oh Lord.
Hey, that's good. Hey, well, one of the things we talked about at the summit is we walk towards our fear. We push into the resistance. So
you know what? And when I started shaking, I was like, oh, okay, this is where we need to be.
Yep. So excellent.
Hey, so we ready for you, bro. Whatever you want to do, we ready for you.
All right. Well, I appreciate you, Joseph, man. Thanks for the phone call, brother.
Thank you, Linal.
All right. So real quick, so one of the things we did after lunch. So everybody you heard Ann say, oh, he was good to have, or I think Shirley may have said it, that he was, Damon was good to have after lunch. The idea is that we, when people, after they eat, they get tired. And I took that into account, understanding human behavior and how we are. And I know for me, when I used to be in corporate America, I would eat lunch and I would get tired. And I shared with the audience a song that I used to listen to so that it would actually help me keep working when I was in corporate America. Because, man, my diet wasn't like it was now. I eat something heavy, and then I'd be tired. So here's the song. DJ Patrick don't play it for us right now. My technical producer here in the studio. I used to turn this up, play it in my office. Yeah, man.
This is what she said. Nobody told me that the road would be easy.
I don't believe he brought me this far. Hey, I told him, I said, you didn't come halfway through the day to go to sleep now. Wake up.
Why don't y'all sing?
You see? So anyway, we brought a little church to Saturday. We had a good time, man. We had a good time. And like I said, I use music. This is why DJ Joe was so important, because we use music to bring life into what it was that we were doing, man. Phenomenal time. So anyway, that was good. Thanks, DJ Patrick. for sharing that. And hey, if you feel tired and you know you got some work to do, turn on James Cleveland, and he'll tell you that you don't feel tired. It ain't time to stop. It ain't time to be left. All right, Leonard. Good morning, brother. How you doing? I bet you didn't know you was gonna hear gospel songs this morning. You there?
Linal?
Yes, sir. There we go. There we go.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you just fine,
okay,
brother.
good.
How you doing, man? Good morning.
Pretty good, and yourself?
I'm well. I'm well.
Yeah, so, of course, this was my very first summit. I had a blast.
It was mine, too.
Very, very informational. I'm glad the wait took as long as it did. It gave me a chance to go through my notes because I was writing like crazy. But one of the first things you had said when you opened up the summit, you had a quote on the screen that said, "Every master was once a disaster." And I wrote up under that, my life needs a relief effort. And but because the type of work that I do, I love doing, home remodeling, working with my hands.
Right.
I've mastered some things.
That's right.
And to think back that, at one point, I didn't know how to do those things, and being able to take, things in from people who were teaching me. There were some jobs, I didn't get paid, but the information that I gained got me to where I am. And listening in on, let me see, on one of the things, two of the people that I had really enjoyed. I enjoyed everyone, but two of the people that stood out to me was Love McPherson. She had my mouth open the whole time because it was like, wow, this is crazy. Definitely got to talk to you. And Matt Sapala. And listening to him, of course, being African American, we get this mindset that, because of our color, it's a reason why we can't make the money that we really want to make. And with him being someone that's not black, to get up and say, color has nothing to do with how much you make. It's all about those that know and don't know.
That's right.
And with that, it was another quote that he had said. He had said to get from one bracket to another when he had the worker, the business owner, the investor, whatever. He said if you want to be where to get from one bracket to another, you need financial education.
That's right.
And so I was putting all these different things together, and you had said in your segment of Purpose and Spirituality, just because you have a seed doesn't mean it'll grow.
That's right.
And I'm putting all this stuff together. I'm like, okay, all this information. And of course, everybody can't afford to be able to sit with a coach like they want. But in the same token, I was listening to Matt, and he was saying how he would basically do pro bono work for people to get information or get the help he needs. So with all that said, my question would be for someone like myself who's trying to get ahead financially, who, is dying to have his own business, because right now I'm working 2 full-time jobs, a father of 2, and to get the information that I got yesterday was a sacrifice to me. To not be at work, literally did not go to sleep because I got off my second job at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
Got home to get ready. It was like, okay, I know if I lay down, it's a wrap. I'm going to miss this thing. And I stayed up the whole day. I didn't go to bed till late last night being with my kids.
Wow.
And so, but what I wanted to know was, how does a person, say in my case, loving what you do, not so much envying, but, wanting to be around those that you are around to move forward, because you have said before, to get where you want to get, you have to be around the people that are where you want to be.
That's true.
So how do I myself, because I've done, even in the trades, working for people, if I couldn't afford their their price, whatever. Like, okay, how about this? You said you needed this done. I'll do this, and you do this for me. So how do someone like myself get around people or find out who I could help to get helped?
Right. Right. So one, you start with the people you know. I mean, you and I know each other. We've talked offline on a number of different times. I think this is a conversation that maybe we talk offline again and have a conversation about that. I love and I love that you asked the question, because here's the other thing, Leonard. You have a specialized skill set. Napoleon Hill talks about specialties and the beauty of a specialty if you know how to leverage it. And so for you, it's about learning how to leverage that specialized skill set that you have. And part of learning how to leverage it is from people who have leveraged their specialized skill sets, like a Matt Zapala, like myself, like a Love McPherson, like a Dr. Camila Stevenson, right? Who have taken specialized skill sets and leveraged them to share with other people. And then other people say, hey, you got something that I want. I'm willing to pay for that. Leonard, you have something that people want. So now it's really about taking that education that Matt Zapala was talking about, gaining the education from other people. And I love what he said, because one of the ways I became the coach that I am today is I donated thousands of hours to master coaches. I ran and got their coffee. I made copies for them. Right. And by the way, when I was doing this, I was an executive in corporate America. OK, so Monday morning, I would show up and be the big boss. Right. But on Saturday and Sunday, I was running copies because they had something that I wanted. Right. I was going to get coffee because they had something that I wanted. I was putting up pictures or putting up posters in the rooms where they say, hey, I need a poster here. I was standing on chairs, putting up posters. I was doing things that normally I can get somebody else to do for me. But I wanted to be around them and gain the knowledge that they had, because I knew if I gained that knowledge, I would be able to transform my own community and transform lives and do the work that's aligned with my purpose. Right. And I did that for years. And so one of the things I already heard that's special about you, and I want to call this out. You know how many people didn't show up because it rained yesterday? It rained, and let me tell you something. I didn't even know it was supposed to rain, okay, until the night before. And I was like, oh, it's going to rain. And I thought to myself, I said, I wonder if the rain is going to discourage some people from coming. And sure enough, because we sold every seat in that venue, man. We sold every seat. And one of my commitments was not to have it over full. Right. But then you might have noticed that might have been about 15 in the morning, about 15, 20 seats that were empty.
Right.
Now, some people came in the afternoon, but they missed out on the whole morning.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, maybe because it rained, which means they missed out on Dr. Camila Stevenson, and they missed out on Love McPherson, and they missed out on all the experiences that went along with it that transformed everybody in those first two pillars. What I heard from you in terms of your willingness to sacrifice for your vision, for the education that you want, that is huge. Keep that. Keep that. That is a quality and a characteristic that people cannot buy. And you keep that and you will be successful. You just keep doing that and you will be successful. You got 2 jobs, man. You're working, you're supporting your family. But you do that and you take that skill set and you begin to merge it and surround yourself with people who are doing what it is that you want to do or have the information and knowledge that you want to have. Yeah, it may be a sacrifice. Yeah, you might miss a few paychecks. Yeah, hey, let me tell you, I was tired going in on those Mondays after supporting them on the weekends. But guess what? Now, on Mondays, I don't even set an alarm clock because I don't have any clients. I purposely don't have clients early on Mondays because for years I had to go to somebody's job and now I get to lay in my bed. Right? But that was after all the sacrifice. So I hear you, man. Let's have an offline conversation in terms of, how you begin to create those intersections with other people. But I love where you're looking, man. And it was a phenomenal question. It's a great question. And for anybody who's listening, how you achieve what Leonard is asking is you ask the question of the people you want to be around. How do I get around you? What service do you need that I can provide with my talents and skills that will make it where you're willing to give me or spend time with me sharing the knowledge and skill set that you have so I can build myself up? That's it. And that's part of what I did, man. I sat at the feet of master coaches for years to develop this competency.
Hey, just look at time now where, time waits for no one. And it's like, okay, just sitting here listening like, man, it's like I'm starting so late.
No, you're not. No, you're not. And to watch that. What is. Right. This is the perfect time. You got what you needed when it was your time. So whatever you have right now, you focus on what you have right now. Don't go, lamenting what happened in the past. That made you who you are in this moment to be able to make the decision that you're making right now.
Right.
So watch the judgment. Remember yesterday we talked about judgment. Watch the judgment and focus on what is and what it is that you want to create. I wasted time. No, that's a part of your process. Now what are you going to do? Starting today, what are you going to do? Remember how we started today? Today I choose progress. Right. Today I choose progress. The commitment is progress, not perfection. Right. That's the commitment, man. So if you can, today, you've progressed beyond who you were yesterday. And then the only thing that there is to do is tomorrow progress beyond the person that you were today. That's it. And if you're doing that, man, then you're doing it the way you're supposed to do it.
Well, I appreciate it.
Yep. So, yeah, man, let's talk offline. Shoot me a text sometime this week, and I'll shoot you a link to my calendar. All right? All right, brother. Have a good one, man. Thanks for the phone call.
Yep.
All right. Man. So there you have it. The Murder Mediocrity Summit. This has been the after party. Thank you all for the phone calls. Thank you for calling in, sharing yourselves so authentically and vulnerably with me and the audience. And yeah, man, this is where it's at. This is definitely where it's at. Man, it's definitely where it's at. I really enjoyed you all yesterday. I really appreciate it. Okay, we got another caller. We got Linda. Linda from Linda, how are you? You were at the summit yesterday as well, right?
Correct, with my daughters.
Okay. And what did you take away?
Well, you know what? I wanted to share something with you regarding what one of them took away.
Okay.
When she came home, she talked to my granddaughter, who is 6 years old, and she started talking to her about nutrition and how she will respond when people offer her things that she shouldn't be eating. So I think that's very powerful.
Awesome.
It may not work at first, but at least we're setting the stage for her to have a healthy life.
There's nothing more important than that. Our health and our vibrance. I agree. What did you get, Linda? What did you take away?
Well, you know what? It helped me take a look at my strengths as well as some things that need to become stronger. And it made me look at how, even though there may be a topic and I may be required or requested to talk about some weaknesses, if it's not a weakness of mine, I don't need to own that.
I love that. No need to own it. All you got to do is focus in on the strengths. Play to your strengths. One of the things I talked about yesterday is playing to your strengths, keeping those strengths in your peripheral.
Correct. And then just build on it, and make it better.
Absolutely. Well, Linda, I appreciate you. I appreciate you coming out and supporting and bringing your daughters with you. That was a beautiful thing. You have a beautiful family, beautiful daughters. And by all means, I hope you all, not only got what you were looking for, but that you continue to build on it as we move forward. I know you're a member, you're a Slay Your Goals member, so you and I will be in conversation later this month about your goals.
Correct. One more thing.
Mm-hmm.
My three daughters, really. One wasn't there, but they are half African, and interestingly enough, one of them was at a restaurant waiting in line to go in, and on that particular day, her uncle had traveled to Chicago to participate in an event.
Mm-hmm.
He had never seen her before in his life.
Wow.
And he asked her if her last name is Nimpson.
And he was able to recognize her.
He was able to recognize somebody from his tribe.
That's right. Hey, let me tell you. And so one of the things I was sharing with them yesterday for the audience, Linda, is that when I was in Africa, one of the beautiful things for me was being in the marketplace, and as I talked to different vendors, them looking at me and telling me where I was from. And because I know where I'm from now through the work I've done with DNA, by the way, everybody who goes on the Ghana trip with me will also get their DNA. It's a part of the package. So they'll go to Africa knowing where they're from and what tribe they're from. And but anyway, when they walked up to me and said, Cameroon, like before, when that happened to me years ago in Madrid, I when the man said that to me in Spain, I was like, I'm from Chicago, right? I had no idea. And then what I share with the audience is when it happened to me in Ghana in the marketplace, I was able to own it because my mother's people are from Cameroon, the Bioko Islands. And by the way, Africans can look at you and tell you they know where you're from. Someone else said, oh, you're Burkina Faso, you stand like a Burkina Faso, right? My father's Burkina Faso, and I stand like my father. I look like my mother, I stand like my father, right? Have a lot of my father's mannerisms. So it's amazing what I learned over there, and I love that your daughter just experienced that to crystallize it for her.
Mm-hmm.
That's excellent. That's excellent. Thank you for sharing that.
You're welcome, and thank you. You are very much appreciated.
Oh, and I appreciate you. I appreciate you for the support. I appreciate you for the acknowledgement.
You're welcome.
All right.
Okay. Enjoy the rest of your day.
I will. Thank you so much. All right. One last caller before we go out. I got Bobby. Good morning. How are you? Got a couple of minutes here.
Brother. How you doing, man?
I'm well.
I could not even believe the program, man. Brothers like you, it's amazing. I couldn't even believe the program I was listening to, man. This is the type of stuff we live by every day. But you know what's interesting? I'll let you go.
Mm-hmm.
How people think success is so easy, man. It takes a plan and years of working it
does.
Little by little, and learning and evolving every day.
That's right.
Then when you turn around one day, like you say, you get up one morning, you ain't got to work no more.
That's
but
right.
What did you do before you did that?
That's right. You
did
hard.
all that extra work. Now you can lay back and teach everybody else. Now I give away the free knowledge every day. I call it free knowledge for people because they can just take it and they can grow with it. It's free information. We could write books and give it to them and they could draw on their own, but give them free information so they can build up themselves. Hey, I appreciate you 1,000%, my brother. You just keep doing the same thing and we're going to keep following you.
I appreciate that. I appreciate it. Thanks for the phone call, Bobby. All right. That's a great phone call to go out on. So I got a song that I want to play. So we played this song in the beginning and at the end of the summit. It's one of my favorites. It's on my inspirational playlist. It's got a phenomenal message and it's got a great beat. DJ Patrick, go ahead and cue that up for us as we go out, man. And I just want to thank all of you all who came out to the summit. Thank you for the support. I appreciate it. I also want to thank my team, all of you all who supported me yesterday and made that possible. My wife who supported me through it, whether it was feeding me that morning to make sure I had the substance that I needed to get through the day, or giving me ideas and talking through the summit, listening to me. I appreciate you. I love you. I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. Hey, we cannot have big wins by ourselves. We're not playing this game alone. We're playing it with other people. And I just appreciate each and every one of you that made that possible, either one by being in attendance or by lending your support. Love you guys. Look forward to a powerful second quarter 2018. And I'll be chatting with you all next time. My name is Linal Harris. You've been listening to Inspirational Perspective right here on WVON 1690 AM, the Talk of Chicago. Have a phenomenal Easter Sunday, everyone. All right, everybody. Have a good one. I'm out of here. I'm going to go home and get some rest.